Hello, good people. This is the Simply Elegant Show. It's your host, Lady Suzanne. In this platform, we talk about leveling up, how to be a classy person with poise and sophistication. Did you know that elegance helps one to elevate themselves and to become the best version of themselves? And if this is your kind of thing, then subscribe and also share with your friends who would also love to become the best versions of themselves. Today we are going to talk about guest etiquette. I know that you have been a guest at one point or another. You've been invited to people's homes for functions or for parties, celebrations, birthdays, anything that you have been invited to. And I know that you have also been a host at some point. So we are going to talk about how to be an elegant guest, one with good manners and one with etiquette, so that people can respect you and can also look forward to having you another time. And number one, we'll talk about time. So timekeeping. I find it very rude when guests arrive late. If the time is 1 p.m., that's for lunch. And when guests come at 4 p.m. without even an apology, so you don't know, do you remove the food? Do you keep the food there? What do you do? I find that very inconvincing for a host, and it's very good manners for you to keep time. Or if you are running late for any reason or the other, then you should let your host know that you'll be running late. And also when you arrive at that function, maybe at whatever time you have arrived, if the time for serving lunch or the buffet is already over, then you should not demand for your host to start doing things for you. I feel it is very polite for you to eat what is available. Don't start making demands saying you don't eat rice, you don't eat that, and the buffet had already been done. So it's good manners to just eat whatever is there. Or if sometimes what I do, if I find myself getting very late, I make sure that I've eaten so that I don't become a burden, because my host is already tired. So if you are coming early, then you should also ask your host, is there anything I can do to help you? Because again, you cannot come early before the time that has been written on the invitation card, and you expect the host to stop doing what they're doing, the last minute things, the rush, and now start entertaining you. I find that as very bad manners. You want someone to sit and start talking to you. Instead, you should ask, is there anything I can do to help you, even as we wait for the others? And maybe you can help in setting the table. Maybe you can help with arranging flowers or doing the last minute things like the salads. You can just be a good guest and not be a burden to your host. And the other thing is demands. That is the other thing that I find very rude and very bad for a guest. If you find that we've made maybe pilau, and we don't have white rice, and you don't do pilau, you don't do spices, then you can skip. There are other starches that you can pick instead of starting to make demands and asking, there's no pilau and that's my favorite. So whatever is your favorite, then that you should do at the comfort of your home and not make demands. I also find that as very bad manners. So if your host is offering cold water and you only do warm or hot, maybe you can request, where is the dispenser? Can I get some warm water? And you can do it for yourself. I find this very, very courteous, because the host is so tired and you're not the only guest that she's attending to or he is attending to. He has many other visitors that he needs to give also the same attention that you're demanding. So in essence, you should be able to not make too much demands. If you don't do coffee, you don't do tea, you can skip that, and you can do that at the comfort of your homes. Or other people asking, there's no juice, there's no drinks. No. Good guests don't do that. You just take what has been offered and appreciate, and just know that you are not the only guest that is being hosted. The other thing is gluttony. We are now at point 3, gluttony. If you find a buffet with 5 starches, 6 proteins, 7 vegetables, 8 types of fruits, can you eat all that? And you are piling your plate with 5 types of meat, chicken, beef, mutton. Even your stomach is shocked. Like, where are we? Maybe you can do one of your favorite. You can do 1 starch. You can do 2 proteins. Protein is good. You can do 3 vegetables like cabbage, spinach, or maybe mixed salad or vegetable salad or garden salad, but don't pile your plates and you're walking from the buffet going to the sitting area and food is pouring. And especially in Africa, we have these very naughty birds who are teaching us manners. They come and pick meat from your plate in front of people and everyone is like laughing at you. Don't do that, dear elegant woman. Don't pile your plate. You'd rather go for a second helping in a side plate. Again, you cannot go for a second helping in a dinner plate or in a normal big plate. People had already seen you with such a big plate, then they see you back again at the line with another big plate. Now that's for... This is so funny. Like, have you ever seen a person carrying a whole plate heaped of food, a mountain, and you wonder, will they finish? And only for you to be curious, or you've gotten bored along the way, because speeches sometimes can take time, and you look at the person who you had seen with a heap of food, and you find that they have not even eaten a quarter of it. Did you know that there were other people behind you who would love to eat the same food? Don't pile. You can just put a little, enough, then you can just go back for it in a side plate. And remember, the second helping should not be done in the big plate. It should be done in a side plate so that your portion can be little and you can just pick whatever that enticed you, because maybe sometimes you find that the chicken was so yummy and you'd love a second helping of the same chicken. So just go and pick purposely the chicken. Don't go and start picking again chapati, pilau, rice. No, pick whatever had taken you back to the buffet table. Point number 3 is the fine dining. My dear elegant ladies, if you have been invited for fine dining and you don't know how to use the cutlery, kindly, nowadays, information is all over. You can go on YouTube and check, how do I hold a knife? How do I hold a spoon? So that you don't embarrass yourself. And if it refuses completely, you've tried the knife fork thing and you can't do it, then it is good manners to just use the spoon. Instead of embarrassing yourself, holding the knife the way it's not supposed to be held, holding the fork the way it's supposed to be held. And this thing of saying that people will understand. People will not understand. People judge you by how you behave. And especially if you're called to executive meetings, to high profile dinner or luncheons, and you're behaving like that as an elegant woman, then that cannot work. So go on YouTube, check how to use the cutlery, how to use the napkin, where to put it. I have seen a joke or a meme on social media where a lady ended up eating the towel that was supposed to be used for cleaning, or drank the water that she was supposed to sanitize her hands with. She drank the lemon water, she thought that it was an appetizer. That is so embarrassing. And imagine if there was someone, maybe if you're a single lady and there was someone you had seen in the crowd who is your crush, and you saw that guy is so handsome, and then he sees you drinking water that was meant to wash your hands. Really, elegant ladies? We cannot deal like that. We need to level up. We need to level up and we need to become an elegant guest. And to my other point, which is last but not least, this is, do you carry a token or you go empty-handed when you're going visiting? When you have been invited, it is good manners to carry a token. Sometimes you can ask your host, what would you love me to bring? And sometimes the host would just say anything or nothing. So don't take nothing for literally nothing. Kindly be creative. You can make a card. You can carry some fresh flowers. You can carry a bowl of salad. And who doesn't use cooking oil? Who doesn't use toilet rolls? Who doesn't use juice? Who doesn't use fruits in their home? You can carry. The essence here is don't go empty-handed. Kindly don't go empty-handed, because I believe that you're going to eat, you are going to drink, you are going to be entertained. At least carry something to show that you have some good manners. And nowadays, we even have M-Pesa, we even have the paperless money. You can do that. You can do an M-Pesa and to just appreciate your host, but don't go empty-handed. It is bad manners to go to places that you've been invited without carrying a gift. No matter the occasion, is it a wedding? Is it an anniversary? Is it a birthday? Is it a lunch date? Is it a dinner date? Whatever it is, carry something, even if it's fruit, some apples, some oranges, and your host will really appreciate. Who didn't use fruits? Actually, you might end up you might end up using the same thing that you carried. I have been in instances whereby I had carried some fruits for my host and we ended up cutting up the fruits and serving other guests. You find that my host had forgotten to buy maybe watermelon, and when they saw the watermelon, they were so happy, and this is so thoughtful because they had forgotten all when they were busy preparing for us to have the lunch or the dinner, and they had forgotten to buy fruit. So the watermelon that I had carried was actually used to serve other guests, and I found that so touching and so loving. So don't go empty-handed. And then my favorite, this is my favorite. If you forget everything else, do not forget this. Kindly do not overstay your welcome. Have you ever been to places where the host is now so tired, and the guests are continuing the chattering? They have eaten, they have drunk, they have danced, they have talked, they have discussed politics, everything, parenting, marriage, everything. Now the stories are over. They are even now lying on the couches, and the host is busy yawning like, I'm so tired. I've been hosting you the whole day. So don't overstay your welcome. An elegant guest does not overstay your welcome. Even if the host says, you can stay some more, they don't mean it. You can just tell that they're tired, and you can see that they have started yawning. Maybe they have started even clearing the table. They have removed the buffet. They have started organizing their houses back to default settings. You know, the way you have visitors and everything is all over. Now they have started organizing their house back. That is cues to show you that you should leave. It is time to leave. Do not overstay your welcome. Elegant guests don't overstay their welcome. So just learn to know that I will be there. Just say I'll be there for 1 hour, or I'll be there for 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on the type of occasion, but don't overstay your welcome. And on the contrary, again, don't get to a function so late. Maybe the function was starting at 1 p.m. and you got there at 3 p.m. and you're the first to leave at 4 p.m. Unless you have an emergency, or unless you have something very urgent to attend to, because then again it looks as if this occasion was just as a by the way, like it was not important to you. You come last and you leave the first. So we should have some balance. Don't overstay your welcome. Again, don't attend as if it was it was a technical appearance. You just wanted to show your face for your friend to know that I was there. But in essence, you are not fully there because you came too late and you left too early. Okay? My elegant ladies, there are many things that a good guest should do. And then the other one. I don't know whether I should talk about this or not, but I will. Using the bathroom. It is very important that you use the bathroom in your own home, so you don't go disturbing your host. Where is the bathroom? Where is the bathroom? Where is the bathroom? And if you must use the bathroom, then leave the bathroom clean. And don't start looking around and feeling, what can I pick? What can I pick? Especially in hotels. And it is very, very good manners to leave the bathroom better than it was, because the host is hosting and she might be so tired. Maybe she didn't even get time to check, is there toilet roll? Is there everything? Is there air fresheners? Is there hand wash? Things to make a guest comfortable as they're using the bathroom. Then make sure that you help. You are a guest, but if you find the bathroom is a little bit messy just because other guests have used it, be kind enough to clean it up. It won't take a minute. It won't hurt. And you can request, can I do this? Because sometimes you'll find the host will take offense and feel like, did you think that my washroom was tired? That's why you went to clean it up. No, you can request and say, my host, the bathroom looks a little messy. Can I help you with it? Yes, that will sound polite and that will make you look like a very elegant person. And then the other thing that I don't like when it comes to guests, it is carrying things from functions. For example, you go to this party and the food is a lot. And of course, this is a friend of yours. She's a sister. She's everything. And then you start piling food and carrying stew with soup. It's even pouring on yourself. The days of need, we would do that. But now we cannot do that because we are elegant women. Sometimes even the food you carry, by the time you're getting home, the food is already spoiled. And people are seeing you carrying huge things, paper bags. And mind you, you had gone to that function with nothing. But now you are carrying bags full of food especially the cooked food. Even if your host says food is a lot you can carry, no. Elegant people don't carry food home. They don't carry packed food. Even if you know it for real that you don't have anything back at home, don't carry food from functions, because that food has been there. It can even cause food poisoning. It has been on the buffet table the whole day. They have warmed, and then you carry the same food home. That can even cause food poisoning, and then it is not elegant. Imagine meeting at the parking lot with bags of stew, and by mistake the stew is pouring, and you meet this friend of yours or someone you had spotted in the function, even if it's a lady or a man, and they want to say hi to you, but your hands are full. They even want to get a business card from you, but your hands are full of stew and soup. That is not good, dear elegant women. We cannot be carrying food from functions. That's very bad. And I know it's an African culture where people are generous and they want you to eat and even carry some home. If you must carry, if it is it's a must, your host has insisted and you don't want to make them feel bad, then request for some containers which are decent. And be sure to return those containers. Don't again keep on carrying people's stuff, utensils, and you're not returning. That is not good manners. And of course, the host would feel bad asking you, do you still have my plastic container? They might feel like, I can't ask you. Return the plastic container that you used to pack food, and don't return it empty. The rule here is generosity. Don't return it empty. Okay, dear elegant ladies? Then, the other thing that a good guest should do is always tidy up after yourself. If you have finished your food and there are plates piling all over, maybe it was even an outside catering, you can help, like clear your table, put the plates away, or you can signal part of the team that was helping with hospitality, and you can request, is it okay that you carry the dirty plates away? So don't stay on a table full of dirty things and dirty plates, okay? And then the other thing, as a guest, I know you have met so many people in functions and you'd love to meet them, you'd love to know them. Maybe there's this one person that has caught your attention, or maybe during introduction you had that this and so, he works in this and this company, and you have been longing to join that company, you have been longing to be part of the team. It is good manners that you go to your host and you request for an introduction. Don't go introducing yourself to guests, to friends of your host. That is bad manners. It is good manners that you request your host, can I meet so-and-so through you? Is it okay if you introduce me to so-and-so who said he's so-and-so? Imagine if you go to introduce yourself and you get embarrassed, or you ask for a business card, or you ask for the phone number and they say no. Because some people can say no, because they don't know you. They don't know who they're dealing with. They don't know why you want their number. It is so embarrassing. And I wouldn't want to see any elegant woman be in such a situation, being embarrassed. You went to ask for a phone number and they said no. Or they told you maybe you can ask your host. That is very bad. Dear elegant ladies, we cannot do that. Let us respect boundaries. Let's respect protocol. Be people who honor others. Just request your host, can I meet so-and-so? I would love to know so-and-so. Is it okay with you? And if they say it's okay, then they can do you the honor of introducing you, but don't go introducing yourself. That is very bad manners. And then there's this other thing that I see with guests. The tag-alongs. It is you who had been invited. Then you tag along with 3 other people. Your host had not budgeted for those 3 other people. Your host does not even know them. And if it is a must for you to tag along, kindly communicate to your host and request, can I come with a friend? Can I come with my other half? Can I come with my child? Just request. I find that very good manners. I find it polite and courteous. Instead of your host seeing you showing up with someone they had not invited. I don't think that is good manners. Dear elegant women, these are not the eras of tag-alongs. We have had those days when a man would invite his girlfriend for a coffee date and the girl would turn up with 5 girls. And maybe the man just had a budget for his woman. And so he's caught up in this awkward situation. And sometimes he has to walk out because maybe he didn't have the budget for the others. And maybe he even wanted to spend quality time with you. So can we stop the tag-along behavior? That is very bad manners. And elegant women are never the tag-alongs. Never be the other person. If you did not receive an invitation, especially from a person who knows you, and this is a friend, and they invited the other friend and did not invite you, then the other friend tells you, aren't we going to so-and-so's birthday party? Kindly don't be the other person. Respect yourself enough and teach other people to respect you. Because how you treat yourself is how other people will respect you. They knew that you would love to be part of the birthday party, but they did not invite you. And then you show up. Oh no, that is not elegance. Don't become the other fiddle, the other person, the afterthought, the person who they had forgotten but they have just remembered you when you showed up. Respect yourself and love yourself too much. You'd rather stay at home and read a book or sleep. Don't be the other person. That is not elegance. Always go with an invitation. And if by any chance you hear about the birthday party or the wedding or whatever function of a friend, and you have not received the invitation, and you feel that you'd really love to be part, because there are those incidences, this is a very good friend of yours, and maybe they forgot about you. I don't know why. If that was a very good friend of yours and they didn't invite you, I don't know why. But if you feel it is a must for you and it is very important for you to attend, then make a courtesy call and say, hi, I saw that there's this big thing coming up. I saw that you are having a wedding, and might you have forgotten to invite me because I want to invite myself. And then maybe the person was too busy, and sometimes it can be genuine. Sometimes, and not all the time. It can be genuine that they forgot to invite you and you have requested them and they have said it's good. But that is not the best. But if it is a must you go, then you can make a courtesy call. And then, last but not least, is whereby we attend functions of people who knew that we are supposed to be there. And then we force ourselves, we get crushed, then we go and face them, like confront them. They did not invite you, but you've pushed yourself there, you've get crushed, and then you go and confront them. So and so, I am here. Even if you didn't invite me, I am here. That is putting the host in such an awkward situation. And it is very bad. It is very rude. It is very impolite. If, for instance, you're very idle, because this is not for busy women. This is for very idle women who get crushed. You find yourself there and you see your host, who is a person that you know. Just smile and let them know that you are glad to be here. Just that. And if they feel that they need to apologize on a later date, then it's up to them. But don't guilt trip your host by asking them, why didn't you invite me? You invited so and so and not me. That is not elegance. Dear elegance ladies, always go where you are wanted or where you're needed. Sometimes it's better to just watch Netflix or cook your favorite meal or even go to a spa, but don't go to places that you are not needed. Places that you are not considered in the first place. Dear elegant women, let us love ourselves too much and respect ourselves too much that we don't appear in places that we had not been invited. Okay, dear elegant ladies? A few other things that we need to observe as an elegant guest is the dress code. If the invitation card has a dress code of black and red, then don't go with a dash of red, like a hairband or a handkerchief, or maybe even red is in the inside where nobody can see it. And you're saying that you're wearing the dress code. So it's very good to honor a dress code, because that's the least you can do for your host. Your host has done everything. She has cooked, she has prepared, she has toiled, she has labored, she has invested, she has spent so much time and energy and money, because hosting is expensive, and all she needed was a dress code. And if the dress code, for example, like I have said, was black and red, and you turn up in a yellow dress, and you're the only one in yellow, as in, what does that mean? To me, that is disrespect. If you got the card on time, and you saw that the dress code was red and black, and sincerely speaking, you don't have it in your wardrobe, then it's good manners to buy. Or if you cannot afford it, then it's always good to just skip. You can skip. There will always be a next time. And also you can request your guests, your host, if there's a dress code and maybe you don't have the exact color, but maybe you have something almost the color that your host wanted, you can ask them, I don't have this black, but I have this, maybe it's like an off black or a gray. Is it okay? You can even send them a photo of what you're thinking of wearing. Instead of you looking disrespectful and looking like you didn't take time, or it was not a matter of importance. That is not what elegant guests do. So if you're to become an elegant guest, kindly honor the dress code. And you don't have to go shopping for expensive things. If they say the dress code is black and red, you don't have to buy designer dresses in the name of black. You can just go to a thrift shop and get a black top and maybe some red pants or a red skirt or a black with red flowers dress. But just honor whatever you can do, honor the dress code. It is the least you can do for your host. Because by the time they were giving the dress code, means that maybe that is their favorite color, or maybe if it is a company lounge, that is their company, those are their company colors, those are their brand colors. Or if it's a birthday, maybe that is their favorite color, or there's a meaning to that color. And then maybe you even turn up with the color they hate most. Imagine. You're even late, you don't have the dress code, you don't have the gift, and then you do all the things that we have already spoken about, like piling food on your plate. So always honor the dress code. That is very good manners. And then there's something else that I see with guests. If you have been invited, it is good manners to ask your hosts, can I come with my children? Because sometimes maybe the setup is a mature setup. Maybe they'll even be serving alcohol. They'll be dancing. People will be mingling and getting to know each other and talking and conversing. And you go with your children, and sometimes even my children, sometimes they can get unruly when they are in a new setup where they know that mommy cannot pinch me, mommy cannot discipline me, we're in a new setup, we're in a function, then they can get unruly. So it is up to you to ask your host, can I come with my children? And if the host gives you a go-ahead that yes, you can come with your children, then it is your responsibility to take care of your children. It is not your host's responsibility. It is not your house manager's responsibility of other guests to take care of your children. It is your personal responsibility to take care of their business. Do they need to use the bathroom? That is your work. To take them to the bathroom and make sure that they leave the bathroom how it was or even better. They need some food. They need to sleep. That is your work. And sometimes I find it better not to go with children, especially in functions that you know for sure that it will be a mature setup. So it's always good to leave your children behind. But if it is a birthday party and other children will be there, of course. And I expect that you have taught your children manners, so you expect them to behave. And then there are some things I've seen, some incidences, whereby you will have very unruly children. And they're jumping up and down on the seats and messing up everything and pouring food and picking other guests' phones. That is very bad manners. So it is your responsibility to ensure that your children are well trained and they are very disciplined. Or just leave them at home. If you don't mind some behaviors, other people will mind. Your host will mind. If maybe they have white seats and your child pours soda or juice on them, now you've given them some others, you have added on top of, they're already tired, you're already adding on top of the work that they have to do while hosting you. They still have to clean up after your child, or maybe the child is even touching things, destroying stuff. That is not good. If you know that your child is unruly, and they can get unruly, especially in new setups or in other people's houses, kindly, dear, elegant women, just leave your child at home. That is noble to do. And of course, children grow and they acquire manners and good behaviors. And with time, you can always visit with them. But if they are young, like maybe under 5 or under 6 and they are unruly, it's always good to leave them at home so that you don't inconvenience your guests and your guests start wondering what time will these children go home. That is not what an elegant lady does. And so, I'm to my next point, which is one of my favorites and which I really find disgusting. When you're invited for a function, in this scenario, in a home setup, in someone else's house or home or property, don't start touching things and asking, how much is this? Where did you buy this? Of course, I know we can get to ask about plugs. You can be plugged and it's good manners, but not during that time. You can always ask, maybe after a day or two, after they have rested from all the hosting. You can call them and ask, I loved your seat. Do you mind referring me to your plug where you bought your seat? I love it so much. If they don't mind, then they'll be courteous enough to plug you. But don't go touching everything and asking, where did you buy this? Where did you get this? That is very embarrassing, both for you and for your guests and for your hosts, sorry. Because maybe they had even been given as a gift by a friend. So they're supposed again to start explaining that, oh, this I was given by a friend of a friend. Sometimes even some people, like the single ladies, and you go visiting them, maybe they have a birthday party or something, and you're asking them where they got this. Maybe they had been bought by their boyfriends and they already broke up. And you're asking about the history of that item. By now, of course, you have now even brought the bad memories. Maybe it was a painful breakup and you're talking about that stuff. Don't ask. Just be silent, and if it is something that you really, really love, you can make a phone call after and request. And if they mind, because there are people who mind, they don't want to plug you, they don't want, maybe there's this thing that they love so much, and they say no. No is also an answer, and a good one for that part. And you can always do your own thing. Be creative. You don't have to go copying everything. Everything you see, you want to copy. You go see this pink cup you want to, and pink is not even one of your favorite colors. You want to buy the pink cup. You can ask, was there another color? Instead of copying everything, copy pasting. Your work is just to go to people's houses and copy paste. That is not good manners. Elegant women don't do that. Be your own person. Become the best version of yourself. Be creative. Be authentic. Be unique. Be different. Don't go copy pasting and asking people where they bought this, where they bought things. Maybe even they were given by a parent and the parent is normal, and you're asking them where they got it, and you're just bringing bad memories and pain and wounds that were trying to heal, and you are bringing it back. That is not good manners, dear elegant ladies. Let us respect ourselves and we will also be respected. Next time, I'll be talking about an elegant host. Today we were doing We were talking about an elegant guest. And I hope from today henceforth, you are going to be an elegant host who will have etiquette, who will have good manners, who will have class, and who people would want to invite again and again. And before I forget, kindly be the life of the party. There are these guests that come and they are so gloomy and they are so sad. And now it's the work of the host to entertain you. With all the cooking and the hosting and all the logistics, no, it's the work of the host to keep asking you, are you okay? Are you okay? No. If you are having a bad day, kindly you can say, apologies. I will not make it this time round. That is still noble. It is respectful and it is good. Instead of going to spoil other people's party, instead of going to take your pity party to other people's functions and you are wallowing in self-pity and you want people to start entertaining you, and it is a fun moment, it is a celebration and you are there gloomy and sad just because you had to be there. No, you can just say, no, this time I'll not manage to attend because I'm going through this and this. And there will always be a next time. Functions will never end. Instead of going to spoil someone's party and to be the attention seeker, and everyone is just around you, hovering around you and wondering what's wrong with you, just stay home. I know there are those times that you don't feel like, yes, you're invited, but you are feeling so down and so discouraged and so gloomy. You can just skip. So that when you go to people's functions, be the life of the party, have fun, enjoy, help your host, congratulate your host. If it's a birthday, wish them well. If it is a wedding, dance, be happy. Don't be the jealous friend who is saying, oh, even if they're dancing like this in their wedding, let us see. This marriage will still end. No. Enjoy, be happy, celebrate. For what you don't celebrate, it can never be celebrated when it comes to your time. If you don't celebrate others, you will never be celebrated. And what you sow is what you reap. So how would you love a guest in your function to behave? Then behave the same or even better. Okay, dear elegant ladies, I hope you have learned something. And if this is your kind of stuff, then like, share, subscribe. And until next time, it is bye for now.